Hey everybody, this is Michael Morrow here, your friendly financial coach. Hey, I just want to let everyone know about, we're doing some great series here, and the thing that I want to talk to you all about just for a few minutes today is getting a living trust. Now, I know people are talking about, hey, what about a will, a living will? That's great too. You want to get a living will, you want to get a living trust, and you want to get a power of attorney, medical and financial. The main point is you want to have all of your finances, your instructions, your wishes in order when it comes time for you to transition on. Now, I know a lot of people don't like talking about transitioning, death, whatever it may be, but we know that's a part of life, and we don't want to be ignorant, and we don't want to leave our families up in the air about exactly what needs to be done when it comes time for your passing. So what I want to do is educate you all just for a few moments about the importance of getting a will, a living trust, and a medical and financial power of attorney. So let me break some things down to you. A will, a living will, is basically having basic instructions for your family, so when it comes time for your funeral arrangements, they know what to do and what all happens to your possessions. That's good, having a living will. That's a good start. However, I want you to do more than that when it comes to your final wishes. What I love for you to do is get a living trust. A living trust is the actual, similar to a will, but it's a living trust. It's a living document. It's a document that actually tells you, hey, this is what I want to be done, and here are the specifics behind it, and it must be done. The difference between a living will and a living trust also is a living will, or a will, is public record. Yes, that means people can see your stuff when it's filed away on a state level. A living trust, no one can see it. It's private, and all the beneficiaries are private as well, and that's what you want to do. And it's very important you get the details of that done. And when you find a good program, a good attorney, or a good group that can do that for you and has the ability to do that, stick with it, and you can make updates to it on a regular basis. It's powerful having a living trust. And I'm looking at everyone, they're out there, they're afraid to talk about death, they're afraid to talk about their last wishes, but you must, I repeat, you must have a living will. I encourage all of my clients who work with me to get a living trust, along with the living will also. Now, just think about the last few celebrities that passed away and left their family up in the air, and all their materials and all their worldly possessions up in the air with probate. Well, what's probate? Basically, you're letting the state decide what happens to all of your personal items. Let's throw some celebrities out there. Let's talk about the artists formerly known as, and currently known as, and used to be known as Prince. So we also want to talk about Aretha Franklin, and we also want to talk about Sonny Bono. All these particular celebrities had no living trust, and their families or their possessions are in probate now, and everything's trying to get done with their families. Ladies and gentlemen, don't leave your families up in the air. Don't do that to your family, and you have to. If you are a responsible individual, and fellas, gentlemen, if you say you're the man, then the man handles his business, and you want to make sure you leave all your possessions in the right hand with people. So that's the living will and living trust. But let's talk about the power of attorney. There are two main power of attorneys I want to talk about very briefly. The first one is a health care or medical power of attorney. That basically says, these are my wishes. If I become incapacitated, I'm in the hospital, I can't speak for myself, who's going to speak for me? And what are your wishes on when it comes to how long you want to stay on life support? When should you pull the plug or anything like that? I just want to give you the details of that. Many people don't want to be on life support for a long time. So you may choose someone who, I put this in quotations, doesn't love you as much as those who are close to you. Why? Because they won't be emotionally tied to whether or not to pull the plug. I know it seems kind of grim. However, it's so important we have these wishes fulfilled. Also, these are people who will speak with you and say, hey, according to his wishes, he said, give him 7 days, give him 14 days. If you're breathing, or if you have brain trauma or whatever, and the doctor suggests you pull the plug, you have your wishes done. Hey, some people do believe in miracles like I do. But the main thing is we want to have someone speak for us in case we aren't able to speak for ourselves when it comes to medical affairs and we're incapacitated. The last one I want to talk to you about are the financial power of attorney. The financial power of attorney is basically this. You're incapacitated. You can't talk for yourself. Who's going to pay your bills? Who's going to handle your bills? Who's going to make sure your house is not going to foreclosure? Your car doesn't get repossessed. All your bills are paid up to par. Your bank account's not going to negative. Who's the person that you trust enough to handle these bills? It doesn't always have to be the same people. It might be someone that you feel that's financially responsible, whether it's in your family or whether it's a third party that's outside the family that you trust. It's important that you have these documents in place. Now, I know these documents may cost hundreds to even thousands of dollars to get done. I know we offer that to our clients, and we don't put a hole in your pocket. Let me say it like that. We have a great service, and if you want that done specifically, we have a great price for you. If you want it part of the bigger package, we have an excellent price for you as well. But I want everyone to get it done, whether it's with us or whether it's another group or another attorney or a law firm, whatever. We have attorneys that do it for us as well, and they will take care of you also. So I'm looking forward to a lot of people now taking responsibility for their families' finances and future. Don't be selfish. Don't be one of those individuals that say, oh, the last check I'm going to write is going to bounce. That's ignorant. That's selfish. And that's the individuals that weren't taught themselves how to handle their business financially. Proverbs 13:22 says, a good man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. That means your grandchildren. And then everybody gets happy on the last part of that scripture. It says, the wealth of the wicked is laid up for the just. Well, you know what? Before you even rely on the wealth of the wicked, you might have to rely on the wealth that you have built. Some people say, I don't have anything to leave my family. Some people do, and they just don't realize it. You got bank accounts, you got vehicles, you got furniture, you got heirlooms. We got people, literally family members, who argue over heirlooms, pendants, keepsakes, things for sentimental value. Siblings fight over. Aunts and uncles fight over, or nephews and uncles fight over, or cousins fight over, brothers and sisters fight over. Relationships are destroyed due to guilt and greed. Grandmama always wanted me to have this. Granddaddy said I could have this. If a will, a living trust actually is written up, then there'll be no issues. So ladies and gentlemen, I thank you for your time. For more information, contact me or go to our website. We want to make sure we give you a better tomorrow for your finances. Once again, this is Michael Morrow, your friendly financial coach, signing off. I'll catch you later. God bless.